go on, have a dialogue between ourselves. I would like to ask, if I may, and I'm asking this with respect, is your mind, I'm using the mind in the sense for the moment, not the brain, but the whole of the mind. I don't want to go into the mind and brain for the moment. Now, I'm asking, is your mind defensive? I mean by that word, having a carved out for itself a certain position, entrench itself in an assertion that I can't do this, or it's beyond my capacity, and so on. Or is your mind investigating and moving from that investigation, discovering something and moving, and not go back all the time and remain in a certain entrenched position? If I may ask, what is the quality of your mind? A defensive mind is really an aggressive mind. Like a nation says, we are arming ourselves for our defense. There is no such thing as defense. It's always offensive, naturally. So I'm asking, what is the nature of our minds? Is it that we have entrenched ourselves in knowledge, in a particular career, specialized, or greatly interested in a particular subject, and not being able to move out of it? So what would you, to have a dialogue on that, could we? Would it be worthwhile? Please, would you tell me? Say yes, I'm not investigate. Is your mind like that?
Could you say more, Krishnaji, about a mind being defensive when it says, I can't do this or I'm incapable of that? Because that does not readily appear to be a defensive mind.
It is because it says I can't do it and stops there.
Yes, that might only be a statement of experience, though. Why is that defensive? It sounds like
I can't fly, obviously. I can't become a minister or any of those things, obviously. But I say to myself, I'm safely in a position, psychologically, and I'm comfortable there. And I remain there, finding excuses, this or that, but I'm entrenched in there. And so, all my life is just going around in a circle. What would you say to that? Would we have a dialogue about it?
What seems to happen, when I look at this, what seems to happen is that the mind tends to want to get entrenched in something, have something solid and secure that it can build around. And yet there's also a movement that's within that's not comfortable with that. So there's a movement for security, for being defensive, as you're putting
So
it.
what's
There's
your
also
mi-
something that's not
yes.
completely comfortable with that.
Yes, what does it do with it? You have stated it likes to be secure in a position and yet wants to move out of it, right? And keeps its security in a certain position or all that.
You may change
And
positions.
all, at the same time want to get out of it. Now, what is the quality of such a mind? I'm not talking about you personally, please. I see something to be true, and I'm incapable of putting into action. Right? It's the same thing. And I keep this going. I'm incapable of living that which I perceive. And that becomes a very defensive, nice, comfortable position. Say, I see it and I can't do it. I don't know is that what our minds are doing?
I don't know that it's comfortable though. I think that's true, but I wouldn't say that it's comfortable.
It may not be comfortable. Use your own word.
But actually it seems to cause a lot of tension between the two rather than something that's comfortable.
Is it tension or disinclination or what does it matter?
There seems to be
General slackness.
There seem to be large elements of fear involved.
Yes,
in it.
but just
That's
don't enter into
comforting.
fear just yet. I want you examine the quality of your mind, if you don't mind. Would you look at your mind and find out if it is anchored to something and knows that that anchorage is really a very destructive process and says, I must get out of it, but never gets out of it. Don't say what is your mind like that?
Isn't it like a layer of two tension-causing things? The surface one makes you perhaps uncomfortable, but because there is a worse threat underneath, if you did change, you take the lesser of the two.
Perhaps it's also not knowing how to change, in a sense.
Huh?
It's perhaps also not knowing how to change, seeing the need for some change, but not.
Is that it? How to change?
But not knowing.
Now just me
how
say,
to
is
bring
that
it
so? You see something that has to be done. You see the truth of it, the actuality of it, and you say, well, all right, it's so, but I'm going on my own way.
But you don't seem to say, I'll go on my own way. It seems to have its own momentum.
Which?
The habit of going on your own way.
So, is that quality of your mind? Is that what is happening? Huh?
Yes.
Why? Don't say don't know. Let's examine it, please. Why? Is it slackness, laziness, indifference? Or the old habit is so strong?
It seems that it's so strong. I mean, if someone could tell me what I could do to stop it, I would do it.
Read. Let's look at it.
Christian G.
Sorry. Also, when the mind sees the necessity for change. It doesn't seem as though the mind can do it effortlessly.
Huh?
It doesn't seem as though the mind can do it without effort.
But you see, how do you know anything about it? You see, you've already come to a conclusion.
Well, because one begins to put in effort and one sees
Well,
that...
put an effort into it.
Do we tend to think that we must do something else in order to do that?
I know.
Instead of doing that, doing A. We think we have to do B in order to do A. Is that so?
Oh, join.
I see that I'm capable of doing more. My mind is capable of more, but I do fear that I may take on more than it's capable of. There's a fear very often to try in case I get swamped.
Is that it? Lack of strength, lack of vitality?
Now, Krishnaji, it might be incorrect, but when I have looked at this in myself, it has seemed more to me a lack of courage.
Courage.
It
Now,
seems to me...
Yes. What do you mean by that word, courage?
Well, Krishnaji, for instance, one sees the truth of something, and yet to completely abandon some of these things, which are the me, it is frightening.
No, I'm asking, Scott, what is the quality of your mind? Just hold me. Quality, the feeling, the capacity, the energy, the vitality of the brain, of the mind. What is it like with you? Don't exchange words. Just feel it for the moment. What is the quality of our mind? I'm not talking quantitative, but the quality. What is it?
Seems like an endless struggle.
Huh?
Seems like an endless struggle. It's more like a battlefield than anything else.
Is that the quality of your mind? Fight. Struggle. Is that your quality? Wait. And then what?
Never getting anywhere.
Huh?
Never getting anywhere.
No. You see that, then why don't you say, well, break that. Through will, doesn't matter what you break it.
That seems to be another struggle, you see.
All right, make a struggle and break it. Enter into a new struggle. Don't repeat the same. You follow? I'm just asking. You see or not?
Maybe one is wanting an experience, wanting an experience that's more illuminating or more big than what happens day by day.
So, is your mind a grasping mind? Wanting more. More experience, more knowledge, more capacity, more. You follow?
Oh, something bigger than what is.
Yeah. So is that what is the quality of your mind?
I'm not sure that's the whole of the mind, Krishnaji.
Huh?
I'm not sure that that's the whole of the mind.
Don't enlarge it yet. Just stick to one thing. Maybe the end. The whole of the mind, grasping, wanting, pushing, desires, the quality of our own minds.
That seems to be quite an important factor.
Which?
That, one always seems to have a motive. I mean, when you see the truth of something, you don't just see it as the truth. You seem to want to, as Steve says, hold on to it or want something bigger.
You put that question to me. You ask me, what's the quality of my mind? I really don't know. I've never even asked that question of myself. You put it to me, and I'm watching, right? Are you doing that? I'm watching, rather aware of watching that. I'm using that watching for the moment. Watching what the depth of the mind is, what the quality, the movement. You understand what I'm saying? I'm watching it. And presently I'll put it into words, but you are ready to put into words right away. I'm not criticizing, please, I'm just asking. I want to find out the quality of all our minds. Is it cooperative? Quality? Or individualistic? Or grasping, want, driving, pushing, wanting. Is the quality of the mind say, I can do this, but I can't do that.
It seems to be all those things, Krishnaji.
Yes. So what is yours?
It is moving sometimes.
It's moving from being cooperative to being selfish and grasping. It seems to be going from one thing to another.
So are you saying it's a mixture?
Yes.
Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Is that you sure? I'm not questioning it. I'm just discussing it.
You can observe all these things at any one time.
That mixture is really a confused mind.
Yes.
Huh? Right?
Yes.
Is that the quality of your mind? It's confused.
No, I think right now the quality of the mind is inquiring. It's not confused, and it's not. It's just looking into itself right now.
Why do we say it is confused if it is moving from one side to the other?
You tell me, please. Don't ask me questions. I'm asking, what is the nature of our mind?
We see the expression. Are we capable of seeing the nature?
Would you listen to my question? Or are you ready to answer it? Nature of my mind is wanting, grasping, cooperating, all that. It's a terrible mixture, right? Is that is that all?
There's also a constant dissatisfaction.
Huh?
Just dissatisfaction in my mind.
There's also an awareness of all this as we're talking about it.
Yes, sir. Am I aware that I am confused?
Yes.
Or I say I'm confused. You follow the difference?
There seems to be an awareness of whatever word you just used.
No,
All these things.
am I aware of this mixture? Am I aware of that? Or I've already come to a conclusion that I'm confused. You follow what I'm saying? Now, which is it that's happening to us now?
Doesn't one bump against the confusion immediately so that it's not just something you've decided upon in the past? You encounter it in your own looking.
No, I'm not getting anywhere. All right. You discuss it. Talk to me.
Are you saying, sir, that if there's an awareness of confusion, then we're looking at it, freshly, or we're looking at it anew, so to speak? Whereas if I say I am confused, I have a fixed point.
Yes,
I'm
that's all.
stuck.
That's all. Move from there. So you have stated something, move from it. Don't say, if I may put it bluntly, don't say I'm confused. You are confused, but move. You follow it. You understand?
Sir, it doesn't seem that the confusion is just a random confusion. It seems that when there's cooperation, when there's individuality, when there's all these things, those are simply expressions of something much deeper that the mind is trying to do. There is also a certain amount of inquiry. But when the inquiry comes too close to this very central thing that the mind is trying to do, a certain kind of protection, then there's a fear, then the inquiry stops.
So before you inquire, I want to find out what I am. Which is, you follow, what am I? All this? Go on, answer me. Am I? Are you?
That and more.
You're all this?
All this and the desire to change it, obviously.
What are you, sir? Huh?
There's also something that's looking at all this and is aware of all this.
You are the watcher and you are watching all this?
Yes.
Is that what you are? Huh?
Yes.
Don't quickly agree, just look at what I'm asking you.
Yes, sir. I think that's...
So you are all that, huh? The watcher who is watching what he is. Is that it? Come, join, please.
Krishna, when you ask the question, what are you?
What am I? No.
What am I?
Huh?
What am I? When I asked it, an immediate response was to go to my past and what I have been, from which is all this. A moment later, again the question I asked, what am I?
I'm asking you, sir, what are you? All this?
I don't know what am I.
No. Are you the form, the name, the thought, the confusion? What are you? Who are you? What are you? Please.
Well, all of that, Krishnaji, and much more as well.
No. Yes, all right. At one time something predominates, another time that which has been dominant comes out, and keep this going. Is that what you are? This constant struggle within a narrow, limited space? Is that what you are? Is that what your mind is? Sorry, I could hate you.
That's what I thought I was.
Huh?
I'm saying that's what I thought I was.
I'm asking you now, what are you?
I'm not, I don't...
What? So, you listen, Rajesh, I'm asking you. What is the quality of your mind? And what are you? What am I? Have you asked this question ever? Not who am I, but what am I? What is my nature? What is my quality? What? You understand?
It seems when we ask that question, Krishnaji, we come up with whatever is predominant at that moment.
And another moment, something else. So you are, is that what you are? The name, the form, the body, and so on, physically, and all this melange, this mixture of all that. Is that what you are?
We are the name, the form, the body, our identification with all sorts of things, but we're also, it seems, this mind that's asking the question.
So you have identified yourself with your body, with your name, with all the things which you have just said, mixture. Right? And you say that identity with all that is what you are. Is that it?
Sir, I feel most profoundly, we began the conversation by you asking whether the nature of our mind was defensive, which I've been looking at. it seems to me that most profoundly, I am that which I want to defend. That little thing which feels threatened.
No.
That seems to me
Is
that
discuss with me, sir, please.
well, this is what you asked the question. This seems to me what is the very, because all of the confusion, all of that, it just seems to be an expression of this thing, which is this ego, this very profound me, this thing which is afraid.
You're saying, are you, the quality of my mind, quality, is this confusion, and also the source of the confusion is there. And you have stated it. Now what will you do with that? You understand? What's your next move?
Well, at the moment, I'm just looking at that as we
What you
talked
have
about
looked
it.
at, you have stated it, you have looked at it. What's your next step?
Well, Krishnaji, the next step is the step that one always backs away from.
No, why?
Because it would mean to...
That's not conclusions, you see.
No, I'm just saying what has happened in the past.
No, look at it now. You say I'm all that. And also deeper down, deeper in at its source, there is this entity that's creating all this. Right? You are saying that. Now, inquire into that source. Don't remain with the confusion and say there is the source. Now inquire into the source. What is that source? Is that source different from this? Different from the confusion, all that.
Well,
is that source? No, I'm just holding it. Is that source different?
The confusion is generally the expression of that source, Krishna.
I mean, it is. Now, that's what I'm saying, is the expression. Or, so, look, a source of a river, water, is water. It is not the source and water. I don't know if I'm making it. Right? You are dividing it.
It seems to alternate between the controller and then
yes,
something.
but you see, I'm asking Scott. He said there is the source and the confusion. So the expression of the source is confusion. So I'm asking him, are they two different things? Or, like any source of water, is water.
All right, but Krishnaji...
Not all right. No, don't move from there for a minute.
Can I just ask a question about it then?
Yes.
See, there are moments when apparently that confusion is not there.
That's not my point.
Well, I'm sorry, but my question is the source no longer there then?
No. You see, you've gone off to something else. Forgive me. The source and the confusion, we'll use that word confusion. Are they two different things, or there is only that confusion, not the source of confusion?
Krishnji, is the quality about the so-called source, which is confusion, that seems innate to it, and that is this need to defend it, hold on to it,
Yes, yes,
at
yes.
all costs. You can say,
I don't admit for myself there's a source is separate from the confusion.
But the quality of holding on to it is...
No, I want to find out, am I holding on to it? See, we're not...
Krishna, you said you will not admit that the source is different from the confusion. Do you admit confusion at all?
Huh?
Do you admit confusion?
Only.
Do you?
Personally?
Yes.
No.
You said there is no confusion at all.
For me?
Yes.
Are you asking me a direct question?
Yes.
I say yes, there's no. What does value have?
No, then the question of inquiry into the source which you are, or inquiry into the confusion which you are raising.
No, sir, now, wait, either you say, ask me, are you confused?
I'm not asking, are you confused?
Then what are you asking me?
I'm asking, you see, you made a statement. You said that the source and the confusion
Of one.
are one.
Yeah.
And you also make a statement that for you, there is no confusion.
No, he asked, sir, Scott asked a question. There's the source, center, and the confusion. I say, are they two different things?
That's...
Huh? And he hasn't answered that question yet.
I think this is where a great deal of the difficulty lies. I mean, you say, the source and the confusion are one.
Forget what I...
Yes, but you have said it.
Yes.
And I've listened to it and I see logically that it's absolutely so.
Mm-hmm.
But there's something in my mind that doesn't actually touch it wholly,
Why not? Don't say no. Why not? Go into it.
Well, Krishnaji, when I look at this, that does not appear to be so. It appears, for instance, that the source of this confusion might be qualitatively the same as all of the confusion that it creates.
Then what?
But it seems that there is something which one has inherited as being human. That's a tremendous conditioning.
It's the confusion which I have inherited.
It's the nature of thought. There seems to be so much.
No, I don't want to enter thought and all that.
So I can see the confusion, but I can't see the source.
Would you say, I'm just asking, would you say your entire mind is confused?
No.
Why?
Well, otherwise it would be pointless for me to even engage in this conversation.
Wait. You see you have already... You see... Why not?
Well, if there was...
Listen, Scott. For God's sake, just listen. Is your mind... I'm asking, is your mind entirely confused? Or part of it is not confused?
I think one can do certain things without confusion. I mean, one can cook a souffle without confusion.
Why not?
I mean, I can do that without...
Wait a minute, if you're making a souffle... I heard last night Mrs. Smith cook, on the television. I told her how to make bread, what is it?
Summer pudding.
Summer pudding. No, please come back. Please, this is a serious question I'm asking. Are you totally confused or only partially confused?
Krishnamurti, I understood we were saying that the center is confused and there is also confusion.
No.
In that,
that's what you were saying before.
But you were saying, as I understood, that the center is confusion.
No, I'm asking you, just listen quietly, if you don't mind. Is your mind totally confused, or is there a part of it that's not confused? This is not a trick question.
No, I understand. To me it seems it's totally confused.
Be careful when you say that. Be very careful in the sense you are aware your whole being, mind is confused. There is not somewhere in a corner, it's not confused. When you say the whole mind is confused, that's an actual realization that there is no corner. Right? Or you say, but it's not totally confused, but there is a corner which is full of light.
Well, Krishnaji,
I'm not going to move for a minute. Hold it for a minute. Forgive me, I'm not being assertive or wanting my opinion or anything. I'm asking you a question. Please answer that question.
Your second description.
Answer that question.
Your second description of the feeling of there being confusion, but also this corner, is certainly the feeling that I have.
So to you, there is a corner, or there is part which is not confused, right? Right?
That might be.
Not might be. You see, Scott, you're verbalizing too much. Just look at the question first. Question first, which is your whole mind confused? Or there is some part which is not?
Krishnaji, can one say, not a part, but there are moments that are not confused?
Yes, all right. There are moments you're not confused, but most of the time you're confused. It's some country. You see, you're...
Well, I'm nervous in that little corner.
Yes, exactly.
You're not answering my question. This is a really serious question. Give little attention to it, please.
I feel now, at the moment, that one holds that there is a part that is clear.
Huh?
One holds that there is a part that is clear. And that seems to me to be part of defence that we're talking about at the
That's what
beginning.
I'm coming to.
There isn't.
I say to myself, honestly, accurately, that I'm really totally confused? Or, I see it, sometimes I'm clear, the rest of the time are not clear. And that clarity of a rare clarity, I'm holding on to. And therefore I say to myself, no, I'm not confused, totally. Just hold for me, please. Is that what we are doing?
Yes.
Huh? Huh? Right? Now, what next step? Go on. What's the next step?
Shuji, if one is totally confused, one doesn't know one is totally confused.
Oh, yes, one does.
How? I mean, what is the perception?
No,
totally
I'm confused.
If you are.
I'm confused. Politics, science, government, myself, my relationship with them, I'm confused.
But you said totally. See, that's
I am asking you.
Krishnaji, may I
Don't
ask?
turn the thing back to me.
May I ask a question though, which is confusing for me? If the mind is totally confused, and it says it is totally confused.
No. Are you aware? Is the mind aware that it's confused? Or you're saying, I am confused?
But if the mind...
Wait, have you answered that question? You see, you...
I haven't gotten to my question, though.
All right, have your question.
Well, if the mind sees that it is totally confused, is it in fact totally confused?
No, you put a wrong question.
Well, what I'm trying to say is that if the mind is totally confused, if there is nothing other than confusion...
Stop that. Stop that.
That's the end, all right.
Stop that. No, you're missing a tremendous thing in this. I'm confused. Is that an actuality? Am I really confused? Or occasionally I am not? Huh?
Krishnaji, aren't you asking a leading question? By suggesting that most of the time one is confused and occasionally one is not confused. I mean, isn't that a leading question?
What is the question then, sir?
If you're asking that if most of the time one is confused and occasionally one is not, one may feel that, okay, one is confused and occasionally
all right, sir. All right, you're saying that. Occasionally, rarely, I'm not confused.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm suggesting this is a leading question. That by saying this, one is saying, well, maybe I am confused all the time. Because one is identifying with a question. One is saying that, yes, that's true. But is it so? Is one confused all the time? Most of the time?
I understand what you're saying, sir. So,
I think it's quite a big thing to say.
Why doesn't the mind stay with rare clarity, rare moments of, why does it stay there?
Sorry,
And it is, please, sir, give your attention to my question a little bit. I say I'm confused. And I also say, on rare occasions, I'm not. So the mind is now divided, right? Right? Right, sir? Would you agree to that? Huh?
Yes.
Don't agree. Do you see that? Huh? Huh? Please. Why doesn't the mind then stay with clarity, even though it's rare? Stay there. You're not meeting my point.
Well, perhaps you're not meeting your point, Krishnamurti, because we're all confused.
Right. Are you confused? Totally?
Yes.
No, wait a minute. Just look. If you're totally confused, what do you do? Whatever you do will be confusing. Right? Are you sure?
Yes.
If I'm completely confused, whatever I do will be further confusion. Right? That's obvious, isn't it? Logical. So what should I do? What will you do? So what's the quality of your mind that says, listen, what's the quality of my mind, of your mind that says, I'm really totally confused about everything.
some reason I still can't say that.
Huh?
There's something in me that can't say that.
What is that?
That I'm totally confused about everything.
What is that something that won't allow you to say that?
Oh, just the bits when I don't feel confused. There are bits there.
That's the source, surely. Isn't it?
I'm not. See, you're not facing the thing at all. You're trying to move away from it.
Does it help to say? Does it help to
I
say?
don't want to help you.
The perception that you're confused
I'm confused.
logically is
See,
not
no,
confusion.
Maria, just listen to me. If my mind is confused, there is a stoppage, right? There is no movement to do something about it. I realize if I'm confused totally, whatever I do will bring more confusion because it's born out of confusion. So there is complete cessation of all action. Are you frightened of that? Hold, I'm asking you. Are you frightened of that? Forget the school. We're not talking for the moment. We'll come back to that. Are you frightened of non-action?
What do you mean in this instance by non-action?
No, I'm confused. Whatever I do will further bring about further confusion. So there is complete cessation of all movement.
Presumably you mean no movement of the mind at all, not just that I won't do something outwardly, physically. You mean no?
No, I mean physically, please don't divide it.
Which do you mean? I mean, it's possible to do nothing physically, but the difficulty comes when the mind is not immovable.
It is.
That's our difficulty.
You're not facing the thing which I'm asking. If my mind is totally confused, any action will bring further confusion. So I say, all right. Can that state of confusion be there without any movement? You understand what I'm saying? Verbally?
Yes. Are you saying that can the mind not move? Is that what you're saying?
No.
I don't quite understand.
All right, I'll explain. I am a mixture of everything, right? Sometimes I'm happy, sometimes I'm unhappy, depressed. I act out of confusion, sometimes I'm clear. I'm fear, I'm all that confusion, right? Right? I am that confusion. My mind is that confusion. Right? Right? I don't say to myself, there is a corner in the part of me that's not confused. That may be my defensive mechanism. Right? Right? So what do I do? So I don't defend. This clarity may be a reaction to confusion. Right? Are you following this? So, my question then is, am I aware that I'm totally confused? and not move from there. Is that what causes us fear? Which is, my God, how can I remain in the state of total confusion? So the mind says, no, let's move, get somewhere. You follow?
Krishnaji, it's not that I'm aware of fear, but that I notice that this movement towards conclusion is so quick.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. The same thing, sir. Same thing. See, we never, that's my point, we never stay with that, with anything completely. If I'm jealous, I stay with that, look at it, not try to change it and argue with it, rationalize it. I never stay with jealousy. Right?
Sir, I'm afraid I have trouble with all this.
Huh?
I'm afraid I have trouble with all this. I can't... Krishnaji, if I am completely in confusion, how can I stay with jealousy?
What?
How can I stay with jealousy if I am
No,
completely
I took
confused?
that. I said, no, you are misunderstood. I said, we never stay with anything to complete.
How can we if we're confused?
Oh, gee, Jesus. All right, stay with confusion. Completely, don't move out of it. Then what happens if you do that? Go on, Lily.
I can say what makes me not stay with the... There's a problem in staying with the confusion.
Why? Why?
Because you're confused.
I want to know why.
Confusion makes it impossible, the nature of confusion makes it impossible to stay with it. Is that what you're saying?
Why? I don't know, you're asking. You say one thing,
I can say what happens with the... It's not just confusion, anything, you know, that when I've tried staying with it,
what?
There's an accompanying pain with the, you know.
Why?
Maybe pain.
Wait, why?
I think that's the nature of...
You see how you're answering it? You've said it. That's the nature of things. Leave it. That's a defensive mechanism. Whereas you say, no, why? Why is that pain? Go on, examine it. No, you see, when you go into move,
Is pain the product of resistance in some way?
Listen, look, I'm confused. And I say, to say that realization that I'm confused causes pain. That's what she's saying. Why pain? Because I don't like the idea of confusion. Right? As simple as that. Huh? Is that right?
Yes.
Which means what? You have moved out of confusion. My God. Right? Then the battle begins. Pain and confusion. How am I to get over it? You understand? Huh?
Yes,
No, not verbally. Break it, go out. You see, that means you're really not aware that you're totally confused. And any movement, further movement, is still confusion. You haven't held that cup. What's your difficulty? Huh?
Well, I'm trying to understand what you're saying.
I'm saying very simple. What I'm saying is very simple. That is, I'm confused. Stay there.
Krishnaji, are you saying that the clarity we think we have is just the other side of the confusion we don't know what to do with?
Yes, sir.
And then we try to work on that confusion with our clarity,
Yes,
and
sir.
of course
So,
we move.
for me, I'm saying, suppose I was in your person, I say I'm confused. And he says to me, don't move away from that actuality. Right? I won't move away from that actuality. That's the quality of my brain, which says, this is so, hold. And I say, all right, I hold it. Then what happens? Are you doing that? Huh? Huh? Don't play tricks with this. Otherwise, there's no point. I took jealousy. Can I still jealousy? As an example. Not say rationalize it, suppress it, why should I, and all the rest. Just, I'm jealous.
When you say staying with it, is also involved in that as watching how one's moving out of it?
Huh?
When you talk about staying with something, do you mean that you're watching, when I'm doing that, I start seeing I'm trying to move out of it all the time, and I'm sort of watching that as well. Is that also staying with it?
Do we realize if I'm confused, any action from that is still confusion?
Yes, but all I can see is me trying to act.
I'm not acting.
I'm not acting, but I'm trying. Do you see what I mean? All I can see is that I just see all this movement going on.
Isn't it logical that when I'm confused, if I act out of that confusion, it's confusion? That's logical, right? Agree? Logical. Verbally clear. Now, is that clarity of verbal clarity actuality to you?
Well, I can see, yes, I can see it.
Huh?
Yes, I can see it all going on.
Huh?
I can see it all going on. But I suppose I'm expecting something to happen. That's really what it is.
Expecting, wanting, trying to change it is still part of the same thing. Do I realize in my bones this thing? Or just words?
You're trying to get us to explore silence, and we don't.
Huh?
You're trying to get us to explore silence, and we don't seem to want to.
No. I'm sure. I'm going to go into. If you come with me a little bit, I'll show it to you.
Krishnamurti, what do you mean by stay with it?
I've explained it, sir.
But for me, staying with it.
Staying with. I'll show you. Not do anything about it. There it is. Now wait a minute, I put it on. Is it not waste of energy when I realize I'm really confused and I say to myself, I must not be confused. Why am I confused? You follow? Inquiry into the cause of confusion. All that is a wastage of energy.
Yes.
Do we realize that? Huh? Huh? Do you realize it actually? Or just verbally saying yes? Do I realize that analyzing the cause of confusion and then the problem arises, who is the analyzer, who is the analyzed? Right? And the problem of constant analysis, which is time, all the other problems arise from that. So, do I see very clearly for myself that I am confused and no movement? And any movement is a wastage of energy which will not clarify the confusion. Right? Would you agree to that? What's the difficulty? Huh? Huh? What's the difficulty?
It's no difficulty.
Huh?
It seems quite clear.
Clear verbally or actually? Do you understand what you have done? When you are not wasting energy, your whole attention is focused on confusion. Right? Huh?
It feels like pressure.
No, don't, please, Miss McCann, this is not, just listen. Or aren't you in that state? I'm confused. I'm not moving at all. In any direction. Moving, you understand what I mean? Say, why should I not? What shall I do? Tell me what, and so on, so on. Which I realize a total waste of energy. Not only verbally realize, but I won't play that game. Right? Are you like that? Huh? What do you say? Are you like that? That you're not wasting your energy, dissipating it by, saying, no, I'm partial, this, that, the other thing. Right? Which means what? Not wasting energy implies that your whole energy is with this confusion. Is it?
I wonder if it is, because I wonder if you've even actually seen the confusion, or if the confusion is just an assumption. Because
No, sir, I'm asking you a question. Is it your whole attention focused on this confusion? Is there confusion when you give your entire attention to it? Of course not. If you give your whole attention to jealousy, it's not. What are you talking about?
For that moment.
Huh?
For that moment, yes.
Huh?
For that particular moment.
Ah! You see, now when you say that, what has happened? Go on, sir, tell me. When I say yes, at that particular moment, when I will give my whole attention to jealousy, it's gone. Huh? And I say, it will come up again, and I want never to jealousy to occur again. So, that's the moment. When you say for the moment, it has gone, it means it will come back.
No, I don't say for the moment.
Huh?
No, I don't say to myself for the moment.
All right, it's gone, all right. Now, when you give your whole attention to confusion, when there is total attention with regard to the thing called confusion, which is me, is there confusion? Or confusion arises only when you are partly attentive about anything.
But that implies we've got to be completely attentive all the time.
Huh?
Doesn't that imply that we've got to be completely attentive all the time?
No, no. So look, I'm confused. I give my energy. Or take a much simpler case. I'm jealous. I give my attention to it. Not dissipate it, not say, well, why should I know that? Just pay complete attention. It goes. Right? Are you sure? Or am I telling you so you accept it?
No, that does. But it doesn't happen permanently.
Wait, sir. I'm coming to that. I'm jealous. I give complete attention to it. It's gone. Now I'm inquiring what is attention that makes it go? Not whether it will come back. What is the quality of attention that dissipates this thing? So I'm concerned with attention, not with the recurring jealousy. You understand what I'm saying? Am I making myself? So I say, what is this attention? Do I ever give anything to anything complete attention? Or it's always partial? And is the partial inattention, not attention? You understand? You're all gone to sleep. I'm not concerned about jealousy. I want now to inquire into attention. And when there is no attention, am I aware that there is no attention? You understand my question? I must make it clear. When I am attentive, life becomes very simple. It's only when I am not attentive that inattention, lack of attention, creates problems. Right? Now. Am I aware of this inattention? You understand? Yes, sir.
Well, it can't be. Can't possibly be.
Why not?
Because one's inattentive.
Why not, sir? I'm attentive one moment, right? Next moment I'm not. Which is important?
The attention.
Huh?
Being attentive.
No. You see, this is it. You see? I wonder if you see this. I am attentive now. Next moment I am not. Which is important for me. The moment I am not attentive, I've forgotten attention. I wonder if you see this point.
That's the point of learning.
Huh?
That is the point of learning.
Of course, I don't use a word for the moment. I'm sticking to one thing. I'm attentive and the thing goes. A few minutes later, I'm inattentive and the thing inattentive. So I say to myself, which is most important? The past attention, right? Or the present inattention?
One can't be aware of one's present inattention. It becomes attention immediately.
I'm not concerned about attention. I wonder if I'm making myself clear. I am not concerned about attention. I know yesterday I was attentive and just a certain problem dissolved, gone. Today I am not attentive. To me, the lack of attention today is far more important than the experience of attention which dissipated certain problem. Right? That's simply. No? What's the problem, sir?
It's my state of inattention at that particular point in time.
I don't quite follow. Huh?
I suppose, are you saying, Jim, that if you know that you're inattentive, you are in fact attentive?
Yes. That's what I'm saying, yes.
If you're inattentive, you don't know you're inattentive. And if you do...
You see what our mind is doing? And my mind has experienced an experience which is dissipation of certain problem through attention. It has recorded that as memory. Now that memory says, I must have that, repeat that attention. Then that repetition is not attention. I want to figure this. Attention means at the moment, given moment. Not continuous attention. I mean, that is,
So
you can't have it.
So the very striving for attention is inattention.
What?
So the very striving for attention is itself inattention. And the moment you start striving for it, that in itself is not attention.
See what lies behind it. Having recorded an experience of attention, dissipation of problem, that has been recorded. And I say that the memory of that, it says, memory says I must continue with that. It break it finish. I wonder if you see this. So let's come back. What's the quality of your mind? Is it still saying, I'm confused, this part of me not confused? And wanting the part which is not confused, pursuing that. Or the mind says, look, that's a game I'm playing, because that becomes my defensive mechanism, my anchor, which is not actual. The actual is I'm confused. Right? Right? I have no question. And can I stay with that? Can the mind, without any movement, hold that? Not look out of the window or anything, just hold it. Which means when you do hold it so completely, you have brought all your energy to that thing. Energy means total attention, right, sir? And that total attention dissipates whatever the problem is. A problem continues because you haven't given it a total attention. You will tell me next year I have no capacity. That's a defensive mechanism, right? I'm saying I'm not criticizing, it's up to you. So, a mind that is moving, living, not anchored something, right, sir? Example 6, we'll stop with you. You see, there is no dialogue in this, I've taught. So, problem from this arises, question. Can you convey this to those students? What attention is? No? What? What? Is it because I haven't really attended to anything? Huh? Would you say, huh? You're my student, right? For me, if you don't know. You're my student. I want to help you to truthfully attain. Not only to what I'm saying, but attain, learn the quality of attention. Right? I want to teach you. You're my student. You don't mind? If you don't say so, I'll go to somebody else.
I'd like to learn it, sir.
Huh?
I'd like to learn it.
All right, sir. You too. Have you ever attended to anything completely? Have you?
Well, one would say yes, but that may be a mistake.
Now, find out. Find out when you say, I have. Find out if you have, what happens. You're my student. I said, I'm asking you, have you attended, given your whole attention to something? That means all your energy, all your heart, mind, everything given to something. Have you? If you say no, now let's discuss it. Why not? What do we mean by attention, right? I'm giving a special meaning, you may be giving another meaning. So I say, let's find out together what attention is.
What's your meaning then, sir?
Huh?
What is your meaning then, sir? Because I might mean...
No, that's right. Put it out, what you mean, and I'll tell you what I mean. Don't just be silent. What do you mean by attention?
Well, a moment ago you were talking about confusion, and I was
forget that. I'm asking you. Forget that.
All right.
You're my student. You among with those students. I said, I said, have you attended to anything completely? When you are cleaning your teeth, have you given your whole attention to it? Or is it merely a habit? Quick. You follow? Find out. Have you given your attention to anger when you are angry? When you are angry, of course, at that not moment. But you know what the feeling of anger is. Give your whole attention to that. Will you do it now? I tell you what I mean by attention. It's not concentration, right? It's not fixing your mind on a certain point, a certain direction, but to give, without any motive and so on, to give your whole energy to look. Right? Will you do that? Move. Don't take time. Move. Which means, is your mind slack at this present moment? Tired? I've been bombarding you. Just wait, sir. I've been bombarding you. For an hour and a half. Is it tired? Therefore, you can't pay attention. So let go. You follow? Let go. Move to it. You follow?
Move where, Krishna? You move to where?
Move while you're tired. Couldn't sleep well last night? Too much work? All day? Or you are facing something which you have not faced before, and therefore the body, the nerves is resisting. Unwilling to, so being unwilling, therefore you get tired. If you are saying, let's move, you have plenty of energy. Personally, I can go on like this. So forget it. So I'm asking you, have you ever given your whole attention to something? If you have, you know what it means. And how will you convey this to the student? Because that's why they are here, right? To live or to understand the wholeness of life. I won't go into all that.
Manas, is attention always fixed to an object that you attend to?
I said so, that concentration is that, to bring all your thought to a certain point. Attention is not a movement of thought, you're attending. I don't.